Hello, hello, hello. You are tuning into the episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's first topic, first take. Take shots at John Harbaugh. Look. Guys, you know, I've said this before and I'll say it again. For all intents and purposes, John Harbaugh is a good coach. There's no real way for you to make an argument that he's not. I didn't say he's great. I said he's good. And he is a former Super Bowl champion coach. Having said all that, I've said this numerous of times that John Harbaugh is in the perfect situation when it comes to his quarterback in the Baltimore Ravens. And what I mean by that is if the team usually does bad, he is exempt from any of the blame. People will go at Eric DaCosta. They'll go at the owner. They sure as heck always go at Lamar Jackson. But no one usually seems to have smoke for John Harbaugh, who is the head coach of this team for the last 17 years. But today, First Take looked like they said, nah, we're not playing those games no more. Because what they ended up doing is saying, you got Lamar Jackson. And we're starting to see the team around Lamar Jackson fail Lamar Jackson. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the audio and the video of this, right? And then we're going to break it down, all right? So without further ado, I'm going to show you exactly what First Take had to say about the Ravens head coach, John Harbaugh. Let's see what they had to go. Let's do it.
Listen, I love Harbs. I think he's one of the best coaches in the sport. And him and Mike Tomlin are inextricably linked, not just because they're the two longest tenured coaches in the NFL, not because they're just in the same division, but also just because of the standard that the organizations have in terms of where they expect their teams to be.
Facts.
But I can't keep calling John Harbaugh one of the best coaches in all of football when his team routinely underachieves in the biggest moments that the sport has to offer. Over the last decade, John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin had the same amount of playoff wins.
Yep.
3. That's where they're at. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, when it comes to their struggles in the postseason, it's evident their quarterback position is atrocious. But when we look at the Baltimore Ravens, you got a 2-time MVP winner in Lamar Jackson. Why can't John Harbaugh get this team to the championship rounds more consistently? Why can't John Harbaugh get this team with Lamar Jackson to a Super Bowl? It's a question that everybody is going to continue to ask, and the volume on that conversation only gets turned up now that there's more money attached to it.
It depends on how you look at it, guys. Shannon, I'm going to be quick with this. It depends on how you look at this, guys.
Go ahead.
In the case of Mike Tomlin, right, we've lamented the fact that he hasn't won a playoff game since 2016. We know it's primarily because of his quarterback situation, but the standard is the standard. And so we are certainly not stupid enough to advocate his dismissal because we know he's a great coach. But in the same breath, the results are the results, and they have to be better. In the case of John Harbaugh, what this really all comes down to is the fact that you've had Lamar Jackson for the last several years, and you still don't even have a Super Bowl appearance to show for it. But at least in his case, there was an AFC Championship game appearance. And when you look at your tight end, Mark Andrews, dropping the pass in the end zone that could have tied that would have tied it and sent the game into overtime, you could ask those questions as well. But I'm with you. John Harbaugh, if you're going to say what we say about Mike Tomlin, we got to say it about him too.
Yep. Been saying this.
I agree with everything. I just have to co-sign everything you guys said. Canty, you're absolutely right. At some point in time, for the last 6 or 7 years, you've had one of the 3 best quarterbacks in football. He's a 2-time MVP, and you had a great offense this year. At some point in time, it's just not good enough to they drafted Lamar Jackson, fine and good, and Lamar has turned out to be better than what anybody could have previously hoped other than himself because he told you what he was going to give you.
Facts.
The only thing that he hasn't been able to do is cash in. He said the Baltimore Ravens were going to get a Super Bowl out of him. That's on John Harbaugh's watch. At some point in time, it's not good enough to just be considered, they won 10 games, they won 12 games. Play like a Raven means you play like a Raven all the time. And far too many times when it comes down to the big games, they have not, mainly their quarterback. He's going to have to be Lamar Jackson, the guy that's the MVP when it matters the most. That's on John Harbaugh.
So look, guys, I want y'all to understand something. And I want you to understand what they're saying. Because coaching matters. This is not the NBA where you could get, you know what I'm saying, you can get away with somewhat bad coaching and still do some stuff because you have, you know, the best player in the league, or you have an established veteran leadership within on your team of great players with depth, players that have done that, been there. You know what I'm saying? This is the NFL where coaching truly makes a difference. Coaching can be the reason why you're great or the reason why you're horrible. Coaching can be the reason why you're in a Super Bowl or the reason why you keep missing the playoffs. Coaching can be the reason why you bench a player or that player turns into a Hall of Famer. I'm talking to somebody here. First Take did not miss on this at all. And for anybody that makes excuse, well, you know what I'm saying, it's all on Lamar and everything else. Have the same energy that you got for Lamar for the head coach. For the head coach. Name one game in the last 7 years where John Harbaugh, where you said when we won that game, it's because we just out-coached the other team. Please, tell me. Tell me, I want to know. I know you can't find it, but I'm going to let you go look. You got Google. Big coaches with big names turning championships. You see where I'm coming from? Everybody needs each other. A great player can only take you so far. And thus far, Lamar looks like, look, I've taken you to the AFC Championship game. I've given you guys 2 MVP seasons. Should have been 3. Like, I've had 40 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. I got the most 115 point whatever passing ratings in the last 3 or 4 playoffs. I'm the one that carries the most. Like, I'm doing my job. And I keep saying this. When Falele was struggling and keeping in there, that's on Harbaugh. When Keaton Mitchell was going off all those years a year ago, before he got injured, and then he got benched inexplicably, that's on Harbaugh. That's on Harbaugh. When we wouldn't start Isaiah Likely over Mark Andrews, that's on Harbaugh. Talking to somebody on this. When Ojabo kept getting opportunity after opportunity, that's on Harbaugh. It has to get to a point, guys, that we're looking at the man and saying, hey, you've been good. Now, when are you going to be great? When are you going to make history with your historical quarterback? I'll be real with you. And I'll be the first to say this. One Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson, for me, is a letdown. His level of talent, his special abilities, one would be enough for you guys. I've said on this platform multiple times, I expect Lamar Jackson to finish his career with 2 or more Super Bowls. If John Harbaugh cannot help him get to the promised land and finish what he started, then he got to go. That's not an indictment or me throwing slander at Mr. Harbaugh. It's me being honest. Perfect example. Do y'all remember when, and this is a league where coaching doesn't hold the same weight like it does in the NFL. The NBA. Michael Jordan had, I think his name was Doherty, was Michael Jordan's coach before Phil Jackson. That's when he had some of his best seasons and greatest seasons of his career. If you can look up his statistics, you'd be like, oh my gosh. The man's usage was through the roof. He was just doing ridiculousness. But they couldn't go past a certain way. Was he a good coach? Yep. He was a darn good coach. but he couldn't get them any further. Now insert the Zen Master. And all of a sudden, the same Bulls team that was said to be too small, the same Bulls team that said they lacked toughness, the same Bulls team that was said to be Michael Jordan and the Jordanaires, the same Bulls team that was said to be too Jordan-centric became an all-time dynasty because coaching, real coaching matters. And if John Harbaugh can't elevate himself, this team will not be able to elevate also. The only way you can be able to do and go past that is if you go on a memorable, magical, I'm talking a magic carpet ride run to the Super Bowl. A whole new world, don't you dare close your eyes. That's what you'd have to do. And I'd rather win it. I'd rather win it anyway. But for you to be more consistent and win multiple, you got to have that he raises his level. Just being honest. Just being honest. But what do you guys think? Do you think John Harbaugh has been the problem? Do you think that we can actually get a Super Bowl with him as the head coach? Let me know what you think down in the comments, please, all right? But as always, that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show! Thank you for watching. And now we get down, we have fun, and we laugh. But everything we talk about, we're doing what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, guys, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. You know, leave the comments. And if you have not already done so, check out the Wunderkind Morning Show. Yes, that's the morning show where we're live Monday through Thursdays, 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. And we come at you from all angles with all different types of sports topics, whatever's popping. That's what we're covering. And at the end of every show, we touch on a little bit of nostalgia between 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s to put a smile on your face for the day. Okay? So be there or be squared. So go to the channel and support, guys. Let's get that channel up to 1,000 subscribers. All right? Also, if you'd like to donate to the channel, help out with equipment and such stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR code to a Cash App. Cash App located in the description of every video that we do. Also, name of it is money sign, The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. And I just want to give a shout out to Eric Plummer, just consistently donating. Man, I just want to give a shout outs to you. Much love, much love. Always donating, always trying to help the channel. And I wanted to make sure I put a minute out to just say thank you, Mr. Plummer. You know what I'm saying? Salutes to you. God bless. And we're going to keep building this, all right? Thank you. But that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. This show is Nectar signing off. And as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yeah.
Finish him, Daddy.